Session 7, probably, of the streamers. I'm relatively certain it's Session 7. And we have a new character as well, so who knows what happened to Flint. It'll be a mystery wrapped in an enigma, wrapped in a riddle, wrapped in some other things. And if Flint ever comes back, then we'll see what happened to them. Because technically, outside the bounds of mechanical normalcy of this game, I can't kill him. Yeah, wrapped in bacon, exactly. He's just hanging out in the forest, not helping you anymore. But the last thing we saw was a bullet going straight for him, so probably good things happened. That was a good cliffhanger. And so, Asher, do you want to introduce your new character? And then we'll get going in media res, basically, back into this melee fight of doom. I'm just kidding. Most people are dead.
So my character is Aiden Salo, alias Heatsink. They're a feint and a dragonfly, so they came over the water, I guess. And they had a background in trade, so I imagine they came from like a port or something. I haven't really seen that area of the world yet, but yeah. And then the whole crew, I guess, is all about taking risks and stuff. So I put the vices pushing to do new things, so like as a form of gambling. So yeah, that's what I came up with.
That looks like a good dust storm. We'll see if we can just hit that. Oh god, it's worse than I thought. And that's how I indulge my advice. The pain hurts so good. Cool. And everybody's daredevils too, so yeah. You'll have to try to one up yourself, I guess, in your own advice. So yeah, when last we saw them, the straylight had finally decoded their whereabouts after they infiltrated a prototype version of their aircraft from before that they were tasked to go find, and from another corporation, most likely. And because the crew wants this area for themselves, we were essentially selecting this mission as a form of getting turf. And the obstacle in it is they need to get rid of the straylight, basically, who are coming to attack it. I like every time I do a recap, Darren's like continue to like go over. He's like doing that gif where the woman is doing all the crazy mathematics or whatever, right? He's just like, what is happening? But yeah, at least that's what I recall. You're doing this mission to get the turf, and then you're gonna assign whatever makes sense for this climate sink thing or carbon sink thing to your crew sheet after you have dealt with the obstacle that is these people intruding on your space. So far, there was 4 people going into the forest. They're pretty a big deal too, Asher. They're like tier 3. And they were ambushed by the player characters. Darren did not set somebody up very well, but in the final moments of Flint, they had flamethrowers. He shot the flamethrowers. It exploded. It hurt them really bad, killed 3 of them of the 4. And it also started a brush fire, which we are 2 segments into a 6 clock of. And also the clock of lies has been filled, which means that the residents of this place have realized that Atheb, the other feint of the group, is a liar. He, or is this one where, yeah, it's he, him in this one. So he he had kind of gained access to the community here by telling them that past members of their community that were killed were related to Atheb. And thank God that you guys are all here. And And yeah, slowly but surely they were looking y'all up and cross-referencing those false documents and realized that Atheb was a liar. So that'll be a thing that you'll have to deal with later on. And yeah, the bad guys are almost dealt with. You can see that there's just 2 segments left in that clock. It's mostly filled up, so they're pretty banged up, representing just the one person left. And if you recall, it was just like that biologist looking guy who had like wandered off away from the group, split off, so he didn't get caught in the blast and burned up like everybody else. So heat sink. How do you suppose you got here? Were you just like a member of the team the whole time and now it's time for you to get upgraded? Flint get killed. We need to upgrade a bit part a red shirt to the cause or what?
Yeah, I think they need backup, so I came in to help. Right,
Yeah.
from whatever the headquarters is.
Sure, yeah. Like the convoy sent you and now you're here to deal with them. So why don't we give you an opportunity to deal with the biologist person then? Because they had kind of like wandered off to do some sampling, so it might be like a cool time to introduce your character if you want to like fuck them up.
So we're on a like what mode is this? We're still on the mission.
Yeah, still on the mission.
Okay.
And it was like a assault plan, I think. I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
We're trying new things.
It was just get them good.
So there's a biologist like working at this place?
So there was like a team set into the woods and they were wearing like black body armor and helmets and all that kind of stuff. And of the people who were together, a biologist type scientist person had wandered off a little bit astray from the path to take some sampling of the fungus that grows here, which is like an act of God. People here farm this white fungal stuff that looks like thick cobweb, and it's also poisonous to people, so that's why people are wearing helmets. And so they went to like go take a sample and probably like later transmit it back to headquarters or whatever, right?
Okay. I kind of want to use a sunjet. Like I'm taking a sample also, but then use it to like threaten them. I don't know how far it like shoots or whatever.
Sunjets can shoot pretty far, yeah. So you're threatening them or you're just like burning them with the sunjet?
Like I'm trying to act like a scientist also, right? Like taking a sample, and then I'll like miss and like hit them in the shoulder or something. Like that.
Okay, so do you have a disguise for this then? So you're trying to look exactly like their team member too, right?
That's a good point.
Well, a feint might be are those, do y'all have that? Let's see, feint.
I don't think so.
You have a cover identity.
Have a,
Oh, I do. Yeah, you're right. I do. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, so you're wearing the same corporate gear as them, right? Like you've got a symbol with straylight, and you're like, "Let me help you with that." A bird. Cool. So, what ability do you think you're using in this? Is it?
I think it's finesse.
Finesse. Cool. That seems good.
Like, it's a misdirection.
Yep. Classic misdirection. You get a sample and you just get fucked up by a sunjet. Classic. Cool. Okay, so I think that'll be risky in that they might catch on that you are not one of them. Or maybe you'll just like miss and not get their shoulder or something like that, right? It'll have standard effect. And remember that a sunjet adds +1 heat after the fact.
That probably would have been good information before you decided on that plan.
Anything in bold on the character sheet adds +1 heat. So there's not
Okay,
too
I
many
didn't know
things.
that. Good thing I'm
But
learning.
it's also because it bumps up the effect, so you don't have just limited effect against this like corporate armed guard that is far superior to yourself. So it's probably good that you are using a sunjet anyway.
Okay, cool.
Yes. So really, you were just quite clever, Asher. And then are you pushing yourself or getting help somehow? Maybe Atheb having failed in the plan to lure them somewhere else has just continued along. I've been like, hey, like, how's it going? Bye. Yeah, looks like you're alone, so you're gonna push yourself.
Sure.
Okay.
I need to make a dramatic entrance.
Yeah, this is the first time we're seeing you. It would be too bad if the first thing that protagonist did was fail. But also good, right? Everyone's like, is this person a red shirt too? We could never tell this show. It's like George R.R. Martin just killing people off whenever he feels like it. So yeah, go ahead and roll that.
So push yourself gives an extra die, right?
Yeah, and you take 2 stress yourself to do that. Oh, crit, of course.
Crit.
So, okay, whatever you want to have happen. Tell me describe the scene. You can do whatever you want to the scientist. He has no idea, apparently.
I think I want to turn it into like a interrogation, right? So like I'll shoot him and then like pounce on him or something.
Sure.
Like,
Okay.
Where are your coworkers?
Where are the detonators?
Where are the detonators?
Okay, so maybe that's when you see like the explosion from the other coworkers blowing up. So the other ones are dead, but in the ship, he's like, "You'll never be able to take us all out." There's, we'll say there's 8 of us back on the straylight still.
All right, then I'll take him out.
Okay. Okay. So how do you do it? Does it do you just like sunjet him in the brain, or what is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Boom!
On the
Snap,
chest.
crackle, pop. You guys are vicious. Okay. Okay, so that's dealt with. That was unexpected. So you guys can all come together again. And so what is the plan for the straylight then? You hear in like everyone's helmets, it'll be like, TK421, why aren't you at your post type stuff, right? What's the plan to take on the straylight?
I'm curious, guys. So are we trying to kill him? Like, are we trying to? What's our goal?
Well, if it wasn't to kill people, you did a terrible job because you killed everybody.
We've been trying to just.
Well, we're trying to take back the turf, right? That's what I understood.
Well, we kind of already have the. We're trying to keep it. I think we're just gonna kill them all.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
I did get a playbook advance. So I pick up structure hit, which is when you wreck something larger in scale than you and your group, you have potency. So
oh shit!
I think I'm just going and fucking up their ship.
Yeah, these guys are gonna have a bad day, I think. So also, is the thing you're angling for forward operating base then? That seems like maybe, hey?
I want to make money.
Oh, okay. So is it info dump sales?
I think that's what we mentioned last time, or at least as a possibility if we hadn't fully decided yet. Because I wanted to keep that's why I don't want the fire to happen.
Oh yeah, right.
All started and then make money off of it.
Right.
My angle.
This was to make money every single downtime, right? Right. Okay. Yeah. So, and we'll just rename Infodump Sales, so whatever is applicable, right? These are all, just
Fungus commune.
Yeah, Fungus commune. +1. Get the jewels. Run the jewels. Run the jewels. Okay. So, is the plan to mess up their ship real good then? Remember, so they had parked. If you picture like a cliff face, they had parked sort of on it with the forest being quite close to their ship, and then they had dispatched those 4 people.
Are they above us or below us?
Below you. Because, yeah, they had parked down, I believe. That's how you were able to do the, like, swinging thing that failed anyway. It was very cool, though.
The thing we can't remember.
Well, you were on some kind of zip line, right? And then you had distracted them, but it failed, and then ultimately it didn't matter because they got shot real good. Yep. So let's try not to get any more crits. Just kidding. So's the deal to basically try to take out the entire ship, like not to board the ship, but just to like mess it up real good?
Well, the ship is also probably worth some money. I had an idea of trying to like mess with their ventilation system so that it sucks in the like fungus air.
Oh shit!
To like fuck up everybody inside.
That would be pretty good. Yeah, because you already know that it's quite poisonous and bad. You were the one that researched it. Oh, cyclical. So, cool. Okay, is that the plan then? Are you gonna do that?
If everyone's okay with it.
Heck yeah.
Is everybody doing this? Because I think you'll have to get there without them seeing you first, right? Because right now they're alarmed. You've taken them out quickly. They might have seen an explosion, though, with their flamethrower blew up. Maybe, maybe not. Well, let's see. Fortune roll. Of course, dead video. Another fortune roll. There we go. So they saw it. They saw it pretty good. Not 6 good, but 5 good. So, yeah.
If I am near the boat, can I do... Maybe I have a plan to distract them, so you can get in position.
To set her up, sure.
Yeah. So let's have let me have a little flashback so I can just make up what I was doing. So I can get a zipline 10. I like that. That's fun. That's cool. And I think I had I'll just have a strap of like demolitions on me. And I'll just put an explosion, but like it won't do too much, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
And then they can be like, why is there an explosion on our boat? And
on our boat.
Hopefully they won't see.
Like you guys always presuppose that like these tier 3 people are like basically like the princess in Adventure Zone, right? Like, what is happening?
It's all I can go on.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's see how that setup goes then. So you're on the zip line below the like cliff face and just trying to toss up a grenade or something onto their ship to...
No, I want a big explosion. I want like a pack of C4 that I want to smack on it.
Okay. And is it on the ship or is it on the cliff face?
The cliff face is interesting, but I want it to be on the boat. Because what I remember clearly from last time was that I was ziplining onto their ship.
Oh, okay. Yeah, me too. I remember that. I remember that. That was big.
That's cool. That's all I know.
So you'll do you have fine equipment for this? Because you're attacking a tier 3 vessel by
Um,
yourself.
Well, no.
Okay, so this will be desperate and limited. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Challenge accepted. This is not going to be good.
And then if you succeed, you're doing the setup for Nola, right?
Yeah. Why do I keep doing these setup actions?
Because it's the only way you could get a better position.
Okay. I want to say that this is finesse.
Sure, I can buy it.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure how we were going to sell it, so I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, that seems legit.
I'm ziplining in very...
Yeah, and throwing bombs and stuff. Seems like it would be a delicate maneuver.
Yeah. Do you have a doubles bargain?
Yes, the fire.
No, I'll push myself.
Goes up by 2.
I'll push myself. Thanks for the offer, though.
Okay. Sounds good.
If the forest burns up, then this whole thing is for nothing.
That's true.
Effect is limited. I'm going to push myself on effect.
Okay.
So I'll probably...
It's a desperate standard, but that's how you get that sweet XP.
No, I don't know if it's worth it.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's worth it.
So it works, but you died. I'm just kidding.
I did say I was slapping C4 onto the place I was landing on, so...
Yeah, that's true. It is desperate, so I definitely could, but since Flint just died, almost maybe, that might be dying. So, suffer severe harm, serious complication, reduced effect.
Please don't take away my effect.
Yeah, serious complication. Oh, I know what the serious complication is. So you go zipping by, right? Just a few seconds previous, we saw them going, right, by the guys who blew up. And we have no idea why that didn't work out. But the zip line continues, and you go like past the ship, lob those things on, and it goes off, but instead of just giving better effect for what Nola is about to do, somebody also comes out of the ship and starts scanning for intruders and stuff like that. So Nola has increased effect, but there's also a complication of a person coming out unless you resist the consequence.
Can anyone resist? Because I kind of want to use this disguise.
That's true. Yeah, anyone can
I've got
protect.
my own disguises.
Oh, nice.
Just kidding.
Do you have a disguise? I have a disguise.
I would love to be protected because I don't know how I would defend myself.
So how do you make the person not exit the ship?
I don't know if I make them not exit. I just like call for help, right? Have them coming to me.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think that's a protect action then. Like, because the consequence still happens. They still exit and go out. But it sounds like now you're trying to draw them to you instead, right?
Yeah, so could I like radio them? Like,
oh, sure. Like you
for help.
You popped off their helmet and popped on, and so you can like talk on their band and stuff now.
Right. That way they're not looking for people, right? Because they know where I am.
Yeah. Come 45 degrees to the northwest. Walk slowly.
Don't look up. Don't look up.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so does anybody else want to be involved in this action? Is anyone helping or something?
I would like to help if fictionally appropriate, I guess.
So how would you help fiction?
Well, I am a drone, so I don't know if that's gonna help. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can help.
Like, what would the drone do? Piss them off or something? I'm definitely going over to that guy now because that drone is pissing me off.
It's probably better if I don't get engaged in this. I'm not very good at.
Well, maybe you and Heatsink are like acting out a scene where you've been caught, and then Heatsink is like, "But grab the drone."
Yeah, maybe that would be a thing. Maybe Heatsink is like, I've got a prisoner or whatever, right?
But grab the drone.
So like maybe the person wouldn't second guess that, whoever this is not who they are.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what Wolf is doing. So mechanically you're just lending a die, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yes.
So take 1 stress, and Asher, you'll get an extra die, a bonus die to this roll. So what action do you think it is that you're doing with this maneuver?
I guess that would be another finesse.
Sure. It could be a sway as well. Yeah, I think it's a delicate maneuver too. Sure, I'll buy it. So I think it's risky, standard effect, and an extra die. And then you can push yourself or ask for a ripple. Like, I don't know, we can move the clock 2 ticks up for the forest fire. It's not even bad. It only starts catching real fire when it's full.
That's okay.
It's practically just sparks.
Now I can put it out though, right?
It's true. It's
true. Put it out when it's just sparks. So I got a 5.
Yeah. So you succeed. The person comes closer to you. There's some like trailing embers in the forest still. It hasn't lighted, but the explosion is floating like downwind to you. And I think they so I think they get close to you and they see a little bit of blood where the sunjet cut into the person and sprayed onto you. And then they like ask for, I don't know, like, Billy Bob, is that you? Like whoever. It would be like, let's say, Colt, is that you? And then when you like stammer for a second or whatever, then they just shoot you, right? And you take 2 harm to the chest, unless you resist it.
I'll resist by like having an ID from the person.
Oh, cool. That's cool. Yeah, that's a good one. So you just like took it from them? It's a little flashback. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so take 1 stress for the flashback, and then what do you think that action is? Is this another finesse action? It's all about finesse, really.
I mean, it was stealing.
Yeah. Well, this is more like actually making the person like listen and trick and like be tricked, right? I don't think it's like the action.
Right, yeah, the flashback was a finesse, but now it's probably sway.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense too. So, okay, and you have the ID, and you have the helmet. So, I'll say it's another risky standard. Is anybody else helping? It's all like, yeah, that's cold. That's cold, man.
Well, they could be attacking, right? So that shows that, like, oh, I do need help, right? It's not just.
Oh yeah, like it's a fake fight with you.
Yeah.
Stop standing around. I'm getting my ass beat by Wolfie here.
That's amazing.
Sure. Okay, well, take a stress from having to simulate this fake fight.
It Makes sense because I'm not that good at fighting, so I have to really reach for my acting skills at this point.
Yeah, it's all like a slap fight.
Yeah.
Wolfie is really annoying.
Yeah, windmill arms.
Yeah. Cool. So it's another risky standard extra die. Unless you want that sweet forest fire.
No thanks.
Okay. Just so you know, in the future, when you guys get complications, I can just turn it up. So from now on, you roll 6s. Oh, damn it. Okay. Okay, so yeah, they like holster their weapon again when they see the ID, and they like rush up to try to, put Wolfie in like a headlock and get them away from you and stuff like that, right? And then we'll cut to, I guess, Nola having a very good distraction. All this shit is happening, and I bet all the people in the crew are probably like, what the fuck? And like looking at this person's cam being streamed or something and being like, this is some YouTube shit. So Nola, what are you doing?
So I'm not sure if I can. Well, I guess I have a couple things. I'm not sure if this is more of a wreck or a tinker. Because I'm trying to like change how something works rather than just.
Well, will it work afterwards still? Because if not, it's probably not a wreck, right? If what you're doing wrecks it, then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I think you're just modifying it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which you're also good at, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have things that have more dots and modify, but I have things that improve my rec ability. So I think I'm probably going to do a modify here to try and basically like reverse the direction of their like ventilation like fans or whatever, so that it's sucking in this toxic air from the outside.
Nice. That's quite clever. I like it. So are you taking increased position or effect? I think at the moment it'll be, no, I don't think it's desperate. It's probably risky, standard, and then you can use the setup to get better effect or better position. And I could tell you how you could make it desperate. If you want that sweet XP.
I think I'll pass on the XP. I think I'll take the improved position and then use my fine modification tools for improved effect.
You guys are so good at it. Okay. Fine. Let's just do it that way. So it's controlled great. It's somehow. I'm going to allow this. Cool. Okay. So go ahead with that roll then, and let's see.
And then I think I'm gonna push myself. So.
Okay.
But I did.
Cool. Let's see how many it takes out with a fortune roll. Oh shit! Of course. Okay. Cool. So that works real good. So we just get like a shot, I guess, like a CGI thing of like all the particulates in the air and stuff like going through this, air piping stuff into the cabin where all these people are like talking. We hear like the other end of the conversation for this person who's like just trying to restrain Wolfie now, right? And they start breathing it in and start choking and stuff. And let me see if they can at least like sound an alarm or something. All of them are going to be affected, but okay. So I'm a war criminal now. Yeah, you guys are all so good. So before like they all start collapsing, I think they make a beeline at for like a quarantine area or something like that. And before they do, one guy manages to hit a red, button, like emergency button or whatever, and it pops down these like emergency things and seals the ship, like closes it off. The damage has already been done because they breathed in all this stuff. But back over to where Wolfie and Heatsink are, that guy's head snaps over and sees the aircraft's little emergency things turn on. What do you guys do? Or he'll shoot you. Would you like to react?
Well, I definitely don't want to get brought into the ship now.
Well, you wouldn't be able to. It's like locked up now anyway.
Okay.
Unless Nola wants to resist those consequences. Yeah, seems cool.
Strongly about it.
Yeah, gotta give me something, right? So yeah, this guy snaps over and he starts like freaking out, right? He like starts reaching for his gun again. Wolfie, Heatsink, ate them. Anybody?
Which guy?
The guy that you tricked.
Okay, yeah, I already have my.
He's already dead. Yeah. Right.
Flashback.
Flashback. He's dead. There we go.
We paid one heat for this. We might as well use it.
Well, did you and Wolfie discuss before, like what you would do to this person when the feint works?
No.
Yeah, totally.
No. I think you could do a flashback. That's what you did, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Nope. So what's the plan? What do you guys do? What happens?
I don't think we would be able to plan this though.
I mean, you already have a sunjet out.
That's true. Yay.
That's the best kind of meetings. Canceled ones.
I could probably find another uniform and then call him back to the ship.
What?
Walking around with a cover identity.
Okay, well, but how do you deal with this guy who's like, he obviously knows something's up because like there's like a siren going off in the ship, right? With like red emergency lights.
I think I'll just like run back to the ship with him.
With him?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's gonna, like, I don't know, knock Wolfie out or something then, right? He's got her in a headlock, right? Like, the whole bit was like, I need help with this prisoner. Then you're like, oh, forget about her. Let's just go to the ship, right?
Well, there's an alarm.
Okay, so are you trying to convince him to just not deal with Wolfie and just come back to the ship with you then?
Sure, that sounds about right.
Okay, and how do you do that? What do we see in fiction?
Maybe we could like play fight some more, right? Like I'll just punch her.
Oh, okay. So like,
and like knock her out myself.
Right, like knock her out. Like you make for the
pull him off and then pretend to knock her out.
Oh, okay, cool. So is Wolfie helping with this as well? This is quite the Shakespearean.
Yeah, I can totally help this. I think it's so funny that I'm probably going to trauma myself out
from play fighting. And is this another sway or what? Sounds like you're trying to convince him.
But I don't think we're talking, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's more finesse.
So
right?
Finesse is
physical.
Yeah. Steal an item from someone's pocket, employ a subtle misdirection or sleight of hand. Yeah, I'll give it to you. So I think it's risky because he just might not be convinced by your play fighting, right? But you'll have standard effect. And then I guess another extra die with this Shakespearean action happening.
So risky, you said?
Yeah. You guys start fighting it like it was the first Star Trek. A crit! All right, why don't you just tell me what happens? You have full control and you have an extra benefit. What do you want that to be?
I think the extra benefit's like getting onto the ship and attacking them directly, right?
So like, yeah, maybe he's the one that was carrying like a specific piece of technology that can make this ship like stop doing its thing, right? He has the key ring for the ship. He's got the BMW thing that he can turn it off. It's like, that's annoying. Yeah, whatever kind of thing that is. Okay, so I guess he like presses that into your head because he's completely convinced by this. He like has like a nice solid, like he's in a helmet, but you get like the like appreciative nod when Wolfie goes down like a sack of potatoes, right? And then you guys run towards the ship. I'll just assume that Nola is hiding now, I guess, because Nola must have been right up against that ship, right? And I guess you just allow him to do his thing to like open it, right? Like he probably enters some kind of code. The warning lights and stuff go back up, and the ship unseals. Atheb, what are you doing? You're by the ship, right? Your plan worked.
Yeah, somehow. I think that I have no idea. I think. Well, you know what? I'll make my way back up somehow and just meet up with Wolfie, and then like try to get Wolfie out of this like this theatrics they're involved in.
Okay, cool. And then, so what's your plan, Nola? I guess you see these guys like, you know, disarm the ship, and the doors open, and go inside. Did you want to do anything?
Yeah, I think I want to try and like sneak in after they go through, like catch the door right before it closes and like sneak in, so I'm in there without the guy that Astra's with noticing.
Okay, that sounds good. And what about Heatsink? What is the plan now that this person has completely believed that you're who you say you are and that you're really good at punching and you're in the ship with them?
I kind of want I don't know. I kind of want to just like seal the doors because we already know that like the environmental system is messed up, right?
Well, you guys all have helmets on, so the fact that there's all that stuff from the outside in here doesn't really matter to you. It just was a big deal for them because they weren't like garbed up military style to go out and mess stuff up, right? They expected that their little team out in the forest could handle everything, but they didn't take into plan all of your guys' exploits.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to do now.
Well, you and Nola could do a group action to take out this guy.
That's true.
Unless
now I'm on the ship, right? So we're kind of in their territory. I don't really want to.
Well, they ran for the quarantine area, right?
Okay.
And then so you're just alone with this guy who's like following your lead essentially, and then Nola is behind you guys.
So maybe we go to the helm of the ship and just like take over.
Fine. Okay, so are you? At one point, though, this guy is going to be like, "Wait a minute." Right. So, did you guys want to deal with this person first before you take over the ship?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I think could be even something as simple as like pulling off his mask.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah.
Or did they vent the? Did they?
They ran to quarantine and then they stopped circulation of it, so it's still in here, but I don't know how quick this works. If you push off his mask, I'll do a fortune roll to see how effective it is and how fast it is.
Well, I still have the sun jet. I could just choose that.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah, so I think I'll just take him out with the sun jet. That seems easier.
Okay, and is this a group thing? Like, is Nola coming up from behind and grabbing him, and then you're just like messing him up, or is this just a you thing, or what?
Yeah, it could be a group if Nola wants.
Yeah, Nola, are you gonna help with that?
I'm happy to help.
Cool.
All right.
It sounds like Heatsink is leading the death toll this episode. And you're dead, and you're dead, and you're dead, and you play dead. Cool. Okay, so.
And I got playing the angles, so I guess this would be it. Would this count as an attack from hiding because he didn't know we were?
Yes, definitely. He is not expecting this, especially with the crit where he's like, "You're my best friend." Cool. So I think this will be a risky standard. And then what does your move give you?
Plus 1d.
Okay, cool. And so do you think this is just a combat roll or what?
Yeah, probably.
Just to take him out. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so each of you will roll your combat and we'll take the highest die. If anyone fails either of you, then you'll take 1 stress. And if anyone wants a revel, I can turn up the clock. Guess what a complication will be, Crit Boy?
The fire?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. But I can only truly tick it like 3 times. And that will make it fire. People need to do more rolls around here.
And not get crits.
Yeah, that's
So it's skirmish?
Skirmish, yeah, on your sheet, yeah.
The attack?
Yeah. And risky standard plus 1d. And you can push yourself if you want.
Is it plus 2 because I have aid of a friend?
I think you guys are both doing the action, so you're not getting assistance. You're just both rolling and taking the highest result.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just plus 1d. And then Nola's going to roll combat as well. And then, there you go. 2. That's not the best. So you get stressed out. But you do the thing. But there's a complication. I like complications. So, the fire rages. Oh, but it's not moving. Weird. Okay. So yeah, the fire... there's been a lot of time elapsed, right? So it's just, the chances of a fire breaking out of the forest are growing a little bit higher here. There's only 2 more ticks left before a full-on fire erupts in the forest. But this person's dead. And they slump to the ground. And you know that the other what did I say? There was 8 people. So there's 7 people in quarantine now that are sealed up in there. What is the plan? We can put you all together. We'll just say that everyone's communicating and or close by and can do something. What is the plan to take out these other people if you're planning on killing them, I guess? If there's another plan.
Can we use the ship to put out the fire? Like, do they have fire suppressant?
Oh, like of the forest?
Yeah, like they're supposed to preserve nature or something, right?
They're reclaimers. They go to places and take back things that are otherwise like really hard to get to and stuff. I'm not sure they particularly care about a forest fire, and I don't like. This is more like a military dropship thing. I'm not sure that they would have like, you know, that kind of technology on board for suppressing forest fires. But there is 7 people in the quarantine zone in their own ship.
They're all on the ship still?
Yeah. They just ran to quarantine. You know that they'll die eventually because they're infected. But in the meantime, they're in there. You might be able to save them if you wanted to.
Whoa.
Maybe the community here is like, yes, we have a cure for the fungal death.
I'd be willing to maybe try and negotiate something along those lines.
Yeah. Is everyone on board for this?
But I want Aesop's help.
I realized I took foresight, so I would be more than happy to assist. Up to 2 times for no stress.
Oh, that's pretty good. Should have assisted yourself earlier.
I
know. Okay, so do you just like open a comm channel to the quarantine zone or something to talk to them? Or do you go there and just use like the intercom thing? I'm picturing like just like in the hospitals and stuff like that, it's got that like air vacuum place around a room that's got like a sealant all around it and stuff like that.
Probably using like the intercom from right outside in case they decide to try and like get out or run out or something.
Mm-hmm. So what do you say?
Talking.
Where are the detonators?
I know like the gist of it, but I'm having trouble processing and like the exact words.
Sure. You can just abstract it that way.
Mm.
That's fine.
I think it's something like a very detailed description of like what we've observed the fungus doing so far.
Oh shit.
Just because we have been like studying it and then like sort of very matter of fact laying out like, so what you're going to do is you're going to come out and, you know, maybe lie in a little bit, but I mean like, and, you know, we'll make sure that doesn't happen to you as long as you cooperate.
Okay. And what role do you think that would be?
I'm trying to go for command.
Yeah, I thought so. Cool.
But
so
I also accept if it's something else.
I think before the roll, though, I think the guy says, I want to know that other people are alive. If you're allowing other people to live, you can show us our other comrades alive, right? And then you can roll if you want. You be glad you live. Forest fire's gonna happen.
No, don't say that.
getting close. Sun's getting real low.
So what's the position and effect?
It'll be risky because they're not sure if they believe you or not. But standard effect.
I'm assisting you too.
For free?
For free.
Cool. So you can take better effect with that as well, if you want. Or a D.
Or a die?
Yeah.
I will take the die.
Okay.
So, risky standard, bonus die.
Cool. So I think he's like, we've been reading, or not reading. We've been reading real good. Paradise Lost. We have no hope. We know about you. I bet the reason you wouldn't be able to produce our comrades because you killed them all already. What assurances would we have that you wouldn't just kill us? You blew up the ship. Come here. Do these people know what monsters you are?
And the clock of lies is full, so probably.
Yeah, that's what I was going for there. Got to show it mechanically, or in the fiction. Yeah, and they're like, if it's true what you say about this thing that we've ingested, and it seems like you are one of them, like looks down at their skin and there's like pustules and shit like that, right? Some like 80s horror movie shit happening. And they're like, well, we'd rather fight our way out then. And they start like arming up. What do you guys do?
Excuse me?
They do have weapons. They're on their own ship.
Well,
just leave them in there.
Track's a medic, right? You could offer that. Like, you can heal them if they cooperate.
Yeah, that's what Nola did. They were like, no.
Okay.
She's a liar.
Man, I could wreck the door so it doesn't open.
That's a true fact, and then they just die in there. That's sad. Those poor little bastards. So are you going to do that then?
Probably.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm a bad person.
I remember when this crew were good people.
So many sessions ago.
Yeah. Cool. So this is a tier 3 quality lock on a ship. So I think it's desperate limited at the moment. And then you have things to increase that, do you? Because you wreck things.
So when you wreck something larger in scale than you and your group, you have potency. Does that apply here?
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah, it's a big like airlock thing.
And I also have fine wrecking tools.
Okay, so you'd get great effect, but it's a desperate action.
All right.
Unless somebody wants to set it up somehow to get better position. Or is everybody wrecking the door? I don't know about that, but yeah.
All right.
You get XP though.
Yeah, I'm gonna push myself.
Okay.
Maybe I could set it up. Like maybe I got like a secret code from the guy I killed. So you get into the airlock, right? That's where we would be heading.
I like your flashbacks. Flashback. I got his ID. Flashback. I have his uniform. Flashback. I've got a secret code.
Well, we would need a code to get into the airlock, right? Or
well,
I guess
he like let you in, right?
He let us into the ship.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So like.
But all the crew's in the airlock.
Okay, so but how are you helping wrecking it? By like opening it or something?
Okay. I guess you're not like hacking it, right? It's not like a digital thing. It's like physically breaking it.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That wouldn't help then.
Like you're gonna open it before you flick them out, like freedom. Aw. Okay, cool. So desperate, great affected up.
All right.
Get it. It'll probably be a crit anyway. Knowing y'all. Oh, nice. I like this. This is going well for Bracer. Cool. So let's see what happens. What does it look like you wrecking it?
I think I'm pulling, like, you know, the whole, like, oh, there's a panel on the wall, and I, like, pull that out, and my cybernetic fingernails, like, transform into, you know, wire strippers or, you know, screwdrivers, that sort of thing, and just trying to basically disable, like, the motor that powers the door moving.
Right. Okay, cool. And on a desperate action, it's the worst outcome. You suffer severe harm, a serious complication occurs, or you lose this opportunity for action. So I think they start seeing you like mess with it. And what they actually do is one guy you see like the has like a sunjet, and he use it to carve out like the wall instead. And he like kicks down the like, well, it's like a flimsy spaceship wall, so it's not too bad anyway. And then they bust through, and you essentially lose this opportunity, right? Then they're through anyway. And so yeah, you have to contend with like 7 people that are basically have nothing to lose, are armed and ready to kill you instead, unless you want to resist the consequence.
I think maybe I do.
Are you sure? It's pretty fun. 7 people against 4 that are higher tier than you. It'll be fine.
Just throw them into the fire.
Yeah. Oh, that fire's coming, let me tell
you. I would like to resist.
Okay, how are you going to do that?
Maybe you wreck and you collapse the room instead of just break the door.
Well, it could just be like maybe there's whatchamacallit, like extra barriers that drop in the ship or something like that when they're triggered. Seems to be a thing in sci-fi.
Yeah, like a blast door sort of thing.
Yeah, like blast door around the quarantined area. Seems like that would be prudent to have on the ship at anyway. Instead of like space walls that are like this big and they're like, shh, it's fine. So what do you think that would be?
Probably insight?
Sure.
They're all the same, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to. So.
And you marked that XP for the desperate roll too?
I did.
Cool. Only 1 stress. Cool. So like, I think the same thing happens, right? Like the sunjet comes out and it starts to like spray the beam, but that's when the blast door comes down instead, right? And so are you planning on just leaving them in there then? With the door? Okay, but the door, well, since you failed on the thing, it can't be wrecked, though. So you'd have to try a different way instead. You don't have the skills to do that, but they haven't come out yet. You're still like, there's still that same exit.
Does anyone else want to do something?
Yeah.
I'm in the helm, right? We could just like lock down the place, but that wouldn't help. That wouldn't help Nola, but they wouldn't be able to get out of that area.
Yeah, like lock it down again, you mean?
Oh, I guess it is already locked down, right?
Yeah, it was locked down, and then you guys came on, right?
Maybe there are like ship defenses we could use
against them.
Yeah,
sure. Like
we take control of the ship.
Just autopilot it into the ocean.
So you don't want to keep the ship?
We do want to keep the ship. That sounds great.
Did, but that might not be an option anymore.
It's true. Could be a problem.
Ships are great.
Yeah.
Is this are like the people on this ship and the people we've taken out already? From what we know, is that like all of Straylight, or do they have other detachments?
They have other detachments. This is just one dropship.
This is like a flying ship, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we could just like turn the whole thing, right? And tell Nola that we're doing that, and then the other ones are caught by surprise.
So you're just gonna like make them
like do barrel rolls?
Yeah. Everyone holds onto your butts, and then you do a bunch of barrel rolls
until they die from the disease. They're just like dead.
Oh my god.
This is quite the pickle.
I was imagining like Inception combat, right? Where you're like walking on the walls and.
Yep.
Just changing the gravity around to throw things off.
Sure. And is it so? And the plan is to do that to accomplish them not leaving that room, right?
Right.
Okay.
Or just so they don't attack Nola.
Right. Okay. So, is this another finesse there, Asher?
I don't think so. Right?
Sounds like a finesse.
Okay, sure.
No, I mean, it's up to you. Whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to use, so finesse does sound good. I was thinking like studying the equipment to see how to do that. But
I think
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think people are like, how do I drive this car? Okay, cool. So I think this is a desperate maneuver with limited effect. The barrel roll, classic maneuver though it is.
Oh, I would love to help.
How are you helping?
I think in all this conversation, and then heat sinks me like I'm gonna do a barrel roll. I think maybe what I'm like, maybe I'm feeding you like I did a Google search on like straylight boat driving controls. So maybe I've beamed you a quick lesson on how to use a joystick or something.
All right. Or you could watch out, right? Because you're not on the ship. You can see that we're like not hitting anything.
Yeah, that's probably a more plausible activity. I like that.
Okay, so the ship's going vertical, horizontal. Maybe.
Well, we don't want to hit the fire. That would be the worst time.
That's desperate, limited effect. You could push yourself for standard effect. And the goal then is to have it so that they don't come rushing out the door and start attacking people, right? They're all like, oh shit.
All right, I'll push myself. That sounds like a good plan.
We've been rickrolled. In the future.
Aiden rolled.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a success. Okay, yeah, so you get at the controls and you do a barrel roll and keep doing all these maneuvers so they keep like moving from side to side and can't like get their shit together enough to get out, right, of the room at Nola. And then so is there a plan to take out these people though? Eventually I think they will be like able to get to the door at one point. If I could suggest something, maybe something like demolition tools for this room or something like that. Or specialized tech is literally whatever you want, right? Just eject them. I mean, it's kind of plausible that they would be able to eject the quarantine zone for the ship.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Would you have that?
It's one thing that always pisses me off about those types of movies in Alien, right? When they're like, we have this quarantine zone where we're gonna look at this alien, but it's central, it's in the middle of the ship with ventilation that goes literally everywhere. And that'll be fine. Yeah, we don't need to be able to vent anything that's super hazardous or dangerous. So we'll just say that in this future, shit makes sense. So who is doing it? Who's doing this plan to eject the quarantine area?
I could do that while I'm doing a barrel roll.
You're just like, oh, shit.
I'm picturing. So I kind of like so I can picture as Aiden just like mashing all the buttons like.
Like the windshield wipers turn on.
And the hazards and everything.
This is a very like dark comedy episode of the show. All these people are dying, but also there's funny parts. Whiplash humor. Okay, cool. So let's see how well it goes dumping these people off. I'm assuming you're just like gonna dump them off the cliff, right? Or something.
That sounds good.
Just be like, pop. Cool. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a roll actually. We'll just say that that's a thing. We'll just say. I think the bigger problem though is that they are part of a larger whole, right? So I think somehow getting the larger faction off your trail or something like that would be a good thing to do, especially if you're going to keep their ship. But for now, what I'll do is I'm going to turn forest fire into straylight. I think you're going to have them on your asses. We'll start that off at a 1. And then you finish the mission. Yeah, so you'll be able to communicate with the straylight and stuff like that through the ship, I think. But, you know, just based on your normal knowledge of technical devices and ships is that they probably have some way of communicating and tracking the ship. And the fact that they failed and stuff like that might, you know, they might be like, hey, about this later. But for now, we'll consider the score complete. And you have your info dump sales, right? Which actually went pretty well due to a lot of 6s. And then Flint is just, I guess you just leave him for dead. Because y'all nice like that. Bye, Flint. See you later. Okay, well, why don't we take our break now then, because we've been running over anyway. So let's come back at 23. Is that cool?
Okay.
Cool. I like the just spreading a fungal disease into the world. No big deal.
I was just about to say that. I think there's a bigger obstacle that we've just created.
Well, yeah. I guess we'll see, you know, how well that thing lands.
The bodies.
Yeah. Man, rough day for those guys. Poisoned and then dropped off a cliff face.
Best of the best, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Guys are rolling really well, except for the commanded wreck roll.
It was such a simple plan.
Oh yeah, super simple.
I already know. I think I have to I'm gonna have to take money out of the bank because there's so much stuff I'm gonna have to do this downtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really gotta get back on those dates with Ridhi.
Oh yeah.
First of all,
I really need to date. I'm just so stressed out.
Bye, you guys.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
So stressed out right now.
There's gonna be a big payoff in the end.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so I think you're gonna get some rep from this. 2 rep per score by default. If they were a higher tier, take +1 rep per tier higher than you. So that makes it 4. Because are you tier 1? Yeah.
Oh, we're tier 0.
So 5 rep. That's a lot.
Yeah, we definitely are tier 1 now.
Yeah, if you have the money.
Okay, that's a good point too.
Well, I think this will be a pretty major score actually, because you took over their drop. Yeah, not only did you repel them, but everything that was on the ship is now yours too. So we'll say that big score is 8, major score is 10. Yeah, we'll say that there's 10 jewels on board worth of stuff, not including the actual ship, which would be like another that amount, basically. And yeah.
I guess that's a good first question, is are we gonna try and hawk the ship?
Fly it to shelter. Want to be like, anyone want this? Or I guess people
just at
in
the
the
flea
forge,
market.
people in the forge would want it too, I guess. But they might be like, where'd you get it?
Yeah, we may need to do like a new paint job and change the license plates and stuff first.
Yeah. Seems like a big job for Nola to just be like, okay, so you need to get this whole thing working. Also, can you fix the ship? No big deal. Okay, so heat. I think it's contained because from the outside world's perspective, Straylight doesn't know what's going on just yet, right? They're just like, we sent these people, and that's all we know at the moment. So 2 heat for contained, +1 for
hide in the fire.
Oh yeah. +1 heat for high profile or well connected target. Not particularly. Did it happen on hostile turf? Not really. You're not at war, but +2 heat for killing makes it 4, and then you use the sun jet makes it 5. 5 heat. Get that heat. Get that heat good. And so what does that bring you at for heat?
Takes us to 5 heat. We don't have a name.
Oh, you guys think you're so cool. Cool. Okay, well, I'm gonna roll and take Cool. Oh, that's a good one for me. Oh, interesting. A faction with whom you have a negative status makes a play against your holdings. Give them +1 or 1 claim or go to war. If you have no claims, lose 1 hold instead. Do you guys have claims?
I don't know what that means.
On the map, your turf. Let's see. So you have this one only. Info dump sales, right? And
so they're trying to take that.
Yep. Or go to war. If you have no claims, lose 1 hold instead.
I thought the mission was about getting more claims, right? Do we get anything from this?
Yeah, that's the one thing we got.
Yeah. I mean, who's coming for it?
Yeah. What are the negative status factions that you have? Porters.
The Sentinels. The Crokai Stigma.
Oh no, that wouldn't make sense. Porters, maybe.
Mine porters?
Yeah. Grandma and Grandpa don't like you no more.
Oh man.
So how much hold do you have now?
We're at stronghold.
So it would bump you down to weak hold.
Well, I think we're gonna upgrade, right? So we'll be at weak hold anyway.
So you're gonna upgrade first, and then you'll just be at weak hold
please.
anyway, right? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll just say that happens.
How much is it to upgrade? How many Yules?
It should say on your sheet. Shifters. Oh, it doesn't. I think it's 7 plus your tier, but I'll check.
Oh, 7 plus the tier. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, let me just double check though. believe that is a true statement. Crew. Where is it? Pretty sure it's that, but I can't find it.
Is it the same as in Blades?
Yeah.
I think it's there. It's 4 times the new tier level.
Oh, is it? Okay.
I think so.
What the heck is it? Here. There we go. Yeah, so if your hold is strong, you could pay to increase your tier. The cost is coin equal to your new tier times 8.
Oh, times 8.
Yeah, so it'd just be 1 times 8 is 8.
So many rules.
Indeed. So you will just be super weak. Tier 1, I guess.
Okay.
In light of that, maybe mechanically what I'll do is just increase the straylight clock a little bit to show that they're pissed. That will be the entanglement action. So when that clock gets full, it's like, you can expect another complication with that group. And when it's full, that's when they learn that their shit's like, so for whatever, they'll start investigating like why a contingent of them haven't come back, etc. And that's probably when we'll put their faction status as -1 as well. Because they don't like that. They don't like you. They've got the death sentence. 5 systems. So, downtime. What do people want to do?
I don't want to take a jewel from the score.
What?
I said I don't want to take a jewel from the score, but there's like 2 more. So I guess you could put it in the crew, or if other people want them, I don't know.
Yeah, you got 10, right?
And then 8 for the tier increase was spent.
Oh, right. Get that tier. So you have better stuff now. Upgrade.
Hopefully.
It's almost like you have an airship.
Well, I know what I want to do for downtime.
Okay.
I want to. Well, first I want to reduce some heat. I think. I think I want to see if Hard Sync wants to work with me on it. So maybe like after they land the boat, wherever they land, we'll meet up in the like village thing outside of the carbon sink, wherever those places were at.
When that knows that you lied.
Yeah, I'll deal with that later though.
Okay.
I think Aethab is like, he sink. We should run some or we should get some like campaigns going to like I don't know where I'm going with this. So like I don't know, make something else look bad and like make people not pay attention to us. What do you think?
Who can we make look bad?
I don't know. There's a lot of people in the world.
Who?
I don't. We should have a faction sheet. Maybe. Oh, maybe we just put more attention onto. Oh wait, Straylight's Reclaimers.
Where are the people on the sheet?
I think Straylight. I don't think Straylight is. Oh wait.
Yes, Straylight isn't in there yet.
I don't see anyone on here.
The faction sheets aren't shared.
Oh.
The crew sheet has some on the faction side.
Oh, you can change sides.
Maybe we. Well, maybe it's not that we like shift blame or something, but maybe we just like. Well, maybe we'll do like a propaganda run for security and be like, look how shitty the police are being, and we kind of just implicate them in some stuff.
I like the idea of using this fire, right? Like maybe the police were supposed to take care of this or something. Or
well, we can't let them know that this thing's here. We gotta keep this place under wraps. But maybe we could start a fire somewhere else, where they are supposed to take care of it.
But the forest fire is still going, right? Like, don't we need to put this out?
No, it didn't start.
Oh, it didn't start. Okay.
No, I changed the clock to straylight now because nobody wanted to take my bargains.
We need the trees to make the money.
Trees are very valuable.
I know that idea. I want to do that kind of. Do you want to go start a fire somewhere else and then implicate security or the sentinels to reduce our heat?
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Well,
no.
You could definitely implicate Straylight because you're in their vehicle, right? So you could just be like, make sure that the airship is seen, and then you're like, maybe they did it.
That's good.
That's good. If they're mad at us, we can get back.
We'll preempt them.
Preemptively. You're mad at us, we're mad at you.
Flashback.
Show you anger.
Yeah. So what action do you think this is for reducing heat?
Finesse.
I
think it's wrecking, right?
Yeah, I think it's wrecking.
We're wrecking this forest or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Can I get your help though, Hard Sync? Because I have no dots in rack.
Heat link, right?
Oh yeah, Heat's my Hard Sync.
Hard Sync.
That's a cool name too.
Well, and you'll get an extra die just for doing it with your friend as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. I forgot we were in downtime. That was flashback to me running back on in my head.
I think they can still stress themselves out and give you a die as well.
That's up to you. I'm happy with just one.
What do I do? Do I have to roll or?
You get stressed out.
If you want, because I already get an extra die since we're doing it together. But then if you want to, like, assist, You can also take stress and give me another die.
Hmm.
That's up to you. I'm fine with 1 dice.
All right, let's just do 1 then.
Okay.
I don't know that I want to help.
You just suggest the plan.
I'm gonna rope you into it.
I like the idea of like you guys doing strafing runs, running the like propulsion engines on the forest till it like lights on fire, and then Heatsink just like looks out and they're like, "Oh shit!"
This is what you meant.
That just be like peace. Cool.
So that 1 bonus die, please roll 20. Whatever it wants.
Two ticks. Well, 2 away from the heat. 2 unheated.
2 cools.
Yeah. And do you want to go to someone else for another downtime action, or do you want to get another one out of the way? Or
yeah, I mean I can do another one. I'm ready.
Okay. Do it.
I think that I wait, I wanna maybe after we get back from setting up the forest on fire. Well, yeah, okay. Fair enough. After we get back from the forest fire, maybe I'll run into Wolfie as I'm on my way back to Shelter 1 to go on a date with Ridhi. And I think that Aetha was a little nervous. And I'm like, Wolfie, do you know like a good dinner spot in Shelter 1?
Well, I know a good place where you can get a cup of tea. It's called the Blue Oolong.
I think I've heard of that place. Maybe tea's a better second date idea. Maybe that's better than dinner. That's a lot of pressure, right?
I mean, I guess. Who doesn't love tea though?
Well, yeah. No, I love tea. We'll do tea. I'll do tea. Probably run off from my date. I was like, okay, tea, gotta go.
What is dinner?
Dinner? I only drink tea.
All I know is drones and tea.
Can that count as roping Wolfie into helping me?
Sure. Totally. I can be the drone. So that'll help somehow.
Monitor me with the drone.
Yeah.
You're working on your plan.
Yeah. And then for sure networking in the most intimate sense.
Totally.
Totally.
Yeah, I like the idea of the fiction with Wolfie just being like, nope. Nobody good dinner spot, see ya. Cool. So you got ticks.
The best tea Ridhi has ever had.
Yeah, the Blue Oolong. And it's only because Lauren's other character is spiking it with some drugs to get you guys hooked.
Oh, so we have a very good date.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. You get some tea and then some drugs. It's high quality stuff.
Sure.
It is literally the good stuff.
Nice.
Figuratively, literally in the game. Cool. Okay, Lauren, you go next then.
Oh, cool. I think, yeah, I'm gonna reduce some stress. I think I'm gonna do some more meditation underneath the dirty fountain water that feels like the closest thing to a
get that dirty runoff. Sewage water. Just like the last time you went.
I need to stop doing this.
Well, I think you kind of need to do it. So, would you like to increase that with money, or it's probably better just to do it again, even?
Yeah, I think
spend the jewel to do the action again, but you never know, I guess.
I think I'm gonna clearly this isn't working. This is like this third time I've tried to do this, so it's not getting me in tune with like my core like being. So I think instead I'm gonna meet up with the gang of active god street racer people and have some daredeviling like street races.
Yeah, so Sabotage starts playing and you're outrunning a dust storm.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't stand it.
100%.
Okay, we'll see if this is your thing instead of the
yeah, clearly
the opposite. So I guess don't, get wet under a puddle.
That's what I learned today.
Yeah.
Go risk your life outside in a dust storm instead to be stupid.
Yeah, it's fine. So
luckily
7.
I had 7 stress, so I'm at 0 and I'm fine.
Wow, that's pretty good then. Would you like to spend a jewel for an additional action?
Ooh, I would, but I feel like I need to think about what the action would be. I think, do we need to like learn any new information? Can I trace something or help out with any of the plans we have going on?
You could reduce heat. What other plans are there?
You could help plan my humanitarian gala.
Yeah.
Or you could help me study some fungus.
Oh yeah.
We have to work on the ship too, right? Like, make sure it's not traceable.
Oh, it's traceable. That's funny.
So many plans.
So do you want to like study some fungus, strip a ship of stuff that people do at chop shops, or other things?
Let's strip this vehicle. That sounds like fun.
Okay. Cool. So let's start a clock. Do you want to start a clock on? Well, I guess everyone could do it, so I'll put it out in the open. We'll do a 6 o'clock, I think.
And I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of feel like the first step is to presumably this has some kind of like they can track this thing down, right? Like they probably have some kind of GPS.
Yeah.
Things. So I kind of want to take a leaf out of dear old what was our quirk's name again? Jet. Take a leaf out of Jet's book and like sort of redirect where the ping is coming from to like elsewhere, so they don't just track us down immediately.
Right? Yeah. They're like, yeah, it looks like they landed, and then 2 seconds later, like in the Antarctic. Cool.
In fact, maybe I could even I don't know, have Binky just like flying around for a while with this aerial.
Okay.
He's like a Santa program. Visit every city.
Exactly.
So what action is this?
I kind of feel like this is probably something to do with hacking or something, or
yeah, sounds like hacking.
Yeah. What is hacking on the thingy again?
Attune.
Attune. Oh yes, I have 1 die in that.
So that would be a 1 towards that, unless you would like to spend money.
Sure, why not?
If I were you, I would spend money to do the action again, maybe. Well, it's okay, I guess. So, like, it's only really, I think, better to spend the money to increase the result. if it's like not too far away already.
Yeah, true.
Or if you got a crit, because then you get double on top of that.
Oh, I see. Maybe I'll hold off on the buddy then. I'll just.
Sure.
You guys can do your own jobs.
Seems reasonable.
Cool. I think that's my actions.
Okay. And so you have to go to a meeting?
And like 10, 15 minutes? Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So who else wants to do downtime actions?
I can go.
Okay.
First, I want to reduce stress. And I think this probably indulging faith. I want to go back to the Loom community. Is that what they were called? And just be like, yeah, we're liars. Like, but like, you know, I don't know, you're still good. I don't know, like, I'm still like into what you have here.
Yeah. Yeah. We're bad, but isn't everything morally gray? Let's practice some religion. Cool. Okay, so yeah, like we'll do the downtime stuff, and then I think after the downtime stuff, or probably more likely next session, I'll have somebody from the loop being like, WTF about that. For now, we'll just say that everything is okay, because probably the person who found it out is not like disseminated that information to everybody. Just they are aware of it.
Yeah, I think she's trying to do like atonement through like acts of service in the community and stuff. So
everyone's all suspicious. They're like, Nola's working real hard lately. Bet she did something wrong. Cool. Nice. 4. That's pretty good.
All right. And then I think I would like to work on my clock, my fungus studying clock.
Cool. And last time you retrieved samples and studied it, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if there's a different angle I can take here.
I fly down to the box of dead people. Releasing the contents into the forest, starting a fire.
I think maybe I start trying to do like building little test biomes and seeing if I can like how I can get it to grow, or you know what happens if the temperature is 2 degrees cooler, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I like that the end result is basically like, yay, it's done. You guys are gonna go live over there now. Yeah, cool. So, is this another study?
Do that.
Well, you tell me, it's your downtime.
I was thinking like, I don't know, maybe modify, like, because I'm trying to create these biomes and that sort of thing. But I could also just do another study.
Whatever you think. I think that is justifiably a modify if you're like making these own biomes for the samples that you took in order to study them. That's fine.
And position and effect don't matter here, right?
No, yeah, it's just a downtime clock. Boom. So that's 2.
It's almost done.
Almost. Maybe you want to spend some money?
I don't have any personal jewels.
No?
No.
Just take money from the crew. It's fine. They don't care. You guys should be poor forever.
Sure. You can use a crew coin.
Yeah, I think I'll do that then.
Cool. And then that bumps it up one more tick. Is that all you need?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Didn't you say we all got like 2 jewels? Or...
No, that was before I knew how expensive it was to get a tier. So
yeah.
the crew made a little bit of money, but that's it.
Cool. So, and the end result of this is you can replicate this somewhere else, right? So that you can relocate these people.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know that I'm going to act on that information yet, but now I have it.
But now you can do it. Cool. And so what about heatsink? What do you want to do in your downtime? 2 actions or more if you want to spend some money.
So first, I want to indulge a vice, reduce stress. So I think I'm going to learn how to fly because now we have this ship. So I'll go like take flying lessons or something.
From yeah, sure, maybe one of the community members knows how to fly, and you ask them.
Read up on it or something. I don't know.
Sure. Okay.
So that would probably be study.
Sure.
And this is a fortune roll, right? Or how does that work?
Oh no! If you're indulging your vice, there's a button for that on your sheet. It'll do it for you.
Then do I add any dice, or how does that work?
You could stress yourself out, but that would be weird. Because you're trying to reduce the stress. So you get rid of 3 stress.
Okay.
Fly in a boat.
A boot.
Yep.
Then I want to help with the ship.
Stripping it?
Right. Stripping it.
Cool. It's too bad you guys didn't get together the first time.
I take more stress, so.
Hmm?
But then I'd take more stress, right?
Well, when you do downtime actions with friends, then you get a bonus die.
Okay, but then I'd have to take a stress for that, or?
You could stress yourself out, but in general, when you do any downtime action with a friend, you get a bonus die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
so
someone can help me here.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was fishing for, yeah.
Yeah.
So is it Wolfie then? Yeah?
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. Because Wolfie's like super proud. Like, oh my god, I hacked a thing. I can't usually hackle these things.
I think it might be dead.
Yeah, it might be dead. I'm going to kill it. It might be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think now it's like changing the plates and stuff, right? Making sure.
Yep, the cyber plates are being changed.
Cyber plates.
Yeah, they go from neon to bisexual lighting. No one will find us now.
We're invisible.
So is this modify then? Is that what you're doing?
Sure. Which one's modify? Is that the tinker?
Tinker, yeah. And then you get a bonus die because Wolfie's helping.
All right. I don't have any dice, so that's good. As a fortune roll, or?
Yeah, it's essentially a fortune roll, yeah.
What do I roll?
So you just click on the tinker and then just don't worry, like just hit risky standard or whatever, and then a bonus die.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the position effect don't actually matter. So you get 2 ticks towards it.
Sweet.
Completion of the stripping the ship. Halfway there. Boom. Loving it. Loving it.
You don't do the binary clocks anymore? That was too complicated, or?
Which one?
You had like binary clocks before, like 1011.
Oh, did I?
Or
I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I saw in the first game I played. So.
Oh,
Cool.
Yeah. These ones just looked cool. They posted in the Blades community, being like, "I made some clocks," and I was like, "Cool, I'll use them."
Yoink.
Thanks. Well, they posted specifically to be like, if anyone wants to use it, you can do it. So, I'm not like a bad person or anything. And cool. Okay, so let's do. We only have half an hour left, so I guess let's do XP and then a quick debrief, I guess. And then we might end a little earlier or something. So, Alex, do you want to do XP?
Do you want to have Lauren go first?
Or yeah, Lauren. Yeah, that's it. That's a good. That's smart.
Cool. I can't remember what you did by XP.
What?
I was just like in my brain doing my own experience. I wasn't sure if I'd have a chance to do experience. Mine should be super quick.
Sure.
So I did not do any desperate actions. I addressed a challenge with tracking your perseverance. I like to think I persevered with our amazingly terrible plan to try and play Shakespearean play act our way through our mission.
Yeah. Well, especially if you think of what that flashback must have been. It'd be like heat sink goes up and be like, okay, I'm gonna hit you a lot. It's gonna seem like I'm beating the shit out of you, but I'm not. Okay.
How does that sound?
And then tracking with the drone trying to bounce the signal off and stuff, right?
That's what I was shooting for.
Yeah.
And then I expressed beliefs drives heritage background. I feel like I showed that in being bad at my vice. With the whole coming from a quirky forged community that tries to commune with nature, and I'm trying to commune with nature in like a shithole.
Yeah. And then you went driving all reckless in the future.
Oh yeah. Doing some dust storm riding.
Yep.
Awesome. And
massive future.
Screw my background, I'm going to go and kill myself in the storm. Cool. And then I did not struggle with a vice fruit or trauma because I keep.
Oh, didn't you trauma out?
No, I got to 0.
Oh, okay.
I did not go over unless when you get to 0, that counts as traumaing out.
When you get to 0.
Like I had 7 stress and then I reduced 7 stress.
Oh no, yeah. You only trauma out when you hit 9 ticks.
Oh cool. Oh no, yeah, sorry, I almost traumatized out.
Yeah. Almost.
Not trauma out. Almost. Next time.
So close to that XP.
Yeah. It's me.
And then Alex, you wanna go?
Sure. I feel like I addressed many challenges with technical skill or mayhem.
Yep.
Both.
I feel like everybody did that.
Express my beliefs, drives, heritage, or background.
What about with your downtime, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like right now, she definitely is like, okay, I did a series of bad things, but I can make up for it by doing a series of good things. And I see somewhere in this character arc realizing that that's not how it works.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now. Sure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And any issues with vice trauma route?
I don't think so.
No?
No.
Cool. And Asher?
All right, so I did one desperate action. And then address a challenge with calculation or conspiracy. I feel like it was kind of a conspiracy, right? They didn't expect.
Yeah, you definitely worked hard in your flashbacks to make one. Like, flashback, I've got it. Flashback. You've got some idea, I've got it. Yeah, I think that's a thing.
All right. Belief drives heritage or background. I think I did a lot of gambling, like my vice. Yeah, but I haven't really fleshed out the character so much yet.
Yeah. I mean, they're super into barrel rolls.
Yeah. Maybe they play a lot of video games.
Yeah. Barrel roll, that's a good move. Let's do that.
Star Fox.
Yeah.
I saw this in a video game once. Struggle with issues from vice or trauma. Nope. So,
nope. Cool.
Yeah, don't have a trauma yet.
Yeah. And Darren.
I rolled a desperate action. I got that one. Did I address the challenge with calculation or conspiracy?
There's a lot of conspiracy going on.
I don't know if I did.
Well, the downtime action was to make a conspiracy, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. That's true. Big conspiracy.
Yeah.
I really
tried for that.
Forgot about that.
It might have been calculating to throw the explosion on the ship to get someone to come out and stuff too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were kind of our person on the ground.
Okay, you talked me into it.
I like how before you're like, 0.
I didn't do anything. The express my beliefs drives heritage or background. Maybe like running back to the city just to go on a date. I think that's about. I think that's really about all I had.
Mm-hmm.
Because you didn't see too much of AFAB.
Yeah, it was more of an action episode.
Mm-hmm. And then I didn't struggle with issues of vice or trauma.
Cool.
Easy.
And do you want to do the crew one as well?
Okay. Then pull it up. Crew. Did we advance for an act of God despite danger or embody a feature of one? Surely we embody the feature of one.
and then Google cut him off.
No, so we'll have to do it. Or...
Oh, he'll be back in a second. It always does that to him. It's pretty funny.
Is that like a Rogers thing? Like Canadian Air does that a lot?
No, he's in the States. I don't know why it happens to him. I think it's just his laptop being weird or something. Welcome back.
I have a tiny monitor, so I have like a new tab. So I was trying to go back to the tab, but I clicked the X instead of
nice.
The Hangouts call.
Nice. So yeah. So a feature of one, right?
Yes.
Which is alluring, cruel, ferocious, monstrous, radiant, sinister, serene, transcendent.
We were probably cruel.
Maybe a little bit.
Or ferocious, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even a little bit sinister.
Yeah. This is a dark episode for us.
Yeah.
Do we contend with challenges above our current station? Yeet. Do we bolster our crew's reputation and develop a new one? We are ambitious and sinister.
Well, from the outside, it would be what people have heard of you, right?
Oh. Well, I mean, it caused a lot of heat.
Yeah. Well, what would have people heard of you?
I don't know.
Reputation-wise?
I feel like in the downtime, by reducing it, we try to like retcon a lot of the heat, right?
Yeah. So did you bolster your rep or anything like that, though?
Being ambitious? Well, I guess not, because this is all like under wraps. Like we don't want anyone to know about the
this is like
thing.
This is the underworld, though.
You went on a date.
I went on a date.
Sinister.
Well, I don't know. I like if people the streets are talking, then I think we would have bolstered our rep. Like rumor has it that the streamers have more money and they like kick some dudes out of an airlock.
Which would be a new reputation or one of the old?
I think that falls into sinister. Right? Kind of like doing whatever to get what we want.
That's what your reputation is now?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I guess you're on brand.
This has been a dark episode for us.
Yeah.
A sinister episode.
Some may say sinister.
Yeah.
Do we express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of the crew? It seems like this one's been developing for like the past 3 sessions. That we're kind of seeing this as like our essential nature or like a drive that we do want to like make it big and we'll do whatever to get there.
Yeah, I think so. And then next episode might be some inner conflict depending on what people want to do with this.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. Right now, this place isn't going to be making you too much money because it's tier roll minus heat equals joules of downtime.
All this.
So really,
nothing.
You need to have 0 heat or a higher tier for that to be good. But you want to get that as early as possible anyway.
Yeah, that's good positioning.
Yeah.
Like good reasoning for us to like, well,
you
gotta make it big.
Cool. So,
do we have an advancement on it?
Oh, cool.
And on the crew sheet it says on crew advance each PC gets stashed equals tier +2. Does that happen?
Yeah. So you get 3 stash. Everybody's rich.
Ooh, we actually made money.
Kinda. Yeah. A little bit of money.
Something for retirement.
Cool. And with that, I'm gonna stop.